Welcome back once again, students. And today we are going to continue the chapter Albert Einstein at School. And today we are going to deal with the letter story that occurred after the discussion that was going between Albert Einstein and Yuri. So Yuri was just putting a question over Albert Einstein as he was looking very nervous that day. When Yuri put that question on him, what Albert replied, we are going to begin from here. Okay? So Albert said, a day or two at school will soon put that right. Albert assured him. Giving full assurance to Yuri, Albert replied that just after 2 or 3 days, after passing 1 or 2 or 3 days at school, everything will be okay. Now there is a gap, there is a change of thought after this incident, after this line. Gap of 1 or 2 days. So what is the next paragraph? Certainly he had lost his high spirits when Yuri saw him next. Next time when Yuri met, at that time, Albert has lost his high spirit. So I cannot stand it any longer, he said. I really shall have a nervous breakdown that will satisfy any doctor. Now Albert was saying that he is going through a lot of pressure nowadays and he cannot tolerate this pressure anymore. As present it seems that he have a nervous disorder in reality. When he informed this incident to Yuri, Yuri said, keep it up then. I have found a doctor for you. Okay, that's very good. It's a good symbol that you have a nervous breakdown right now. As I also have found a doctor for you. Now just cheers, be happy. And one thing more. When he replied this to Albert, when he informed this to Albert, Albert became very happy. And he said, what was the expression? The expression is just like, you have found a doctor. Albert's face light up. There is shining. The shine occurred over the face of Albert Einstein. And he said, really you have found a doctor? Oh good. When can I see him? When can I meet you? I just want to meet that doctor right now at present. Yuri was understanding the mentality of Albert Einstein. And he said, not to worry. I have an appointment for you for the tomorrow evening. I have taken the appointment from that doctor for you. And the appointment is of next day in the evening. Here the address. He also holded him the address. Here also the address. He handed Albert a piece of paper. So a piece of paper was there in the hand of Albert Einstein. Dr. Ernst Well. Is he a specialist in nervous troubles? Asked Albert. Now Albert asked, is this particular doctor, means Dr. Ernest Well, really he is a doctor of nervous disorder? He wanted to know. Not exactly, Yuri admitted. Now Yuri admitted, not exactly. Not exactly he is a doctor of nervous disorder. As a matter of fact, he only qualified as a doctor last week. Means he had taken his degree just last week. And you may be the first patient of that doctor, means Dr. Ernst Well. Then next question that occurred in Albert's mind, and he asked, you know him as a student. It means you know him personally? You knew him as a student? Yeah, I have known Ernest for years. Yes, I knew him from last so many years. Yuri replied. There is a hesitation in his mind. Yes, I knew him for many years. This was the remark of Yuri. He is not a fool. And one thing, he is not a fool. Who? Dr. Albert. Dr. Ernst Well is not a fool. He warned Albert. And when he gave this warning to Albert asked, "What do you mean? What do you want to say? He is not a fool. Why are you saying this? Don't try to pull the wool over his eyes." It's an idiom, dear. It means deceive someone by telling him untruth, by telling lies. So he is expert enough. Don't try to make him a fool by telling some irrelevant story, some irrelevant thoughts, something that is not a reality. What about which Yuri was talking? Actually, he wanted that Albert should explain his things exactly in front of the doctor. That will come to know in later part of the story. Be frank with him, but don't pretend you have got what you haven't. Be frank, not to worry. He is very good. Okay? But do not pretend you are suffering from that particular thing from which actually there is not a single symptom in your mind, in your body. Not that you have deceived anyone, Yuri added. And I know, not that you would deceive anyone. I know that you will not deceive anyone. You are the world's worst liar. As I know that you don't know how to speak lie. You are the worst liar in the entire world. Albert spent the next day working what to tell to the doctor. Now Albert was just want to give his 100%, and that's why he worked a lot. What he will tell to the doctor. When time arrived for his appointment, he had worried over it so much that he really was quite nervous. Dears, when we think about anything a lot, doesn't matter what the thing is, it creates a lot nervousness automatically in ourselves. Like Corona. We are thinking a lot that Corona has surpassed all the limits. And see, we are working now because the mind setup has been changed. Now we have won the race. We know how can we defeat it. How can we defeat Corona? And that's why we are working. Just see. There is no fear at our face. So what matters? Thinking matters. If you think negative a lot, if you think a lot about anything, definitely that thing will create a lot of disorder in you. And this happened with Albert Einstein. As he was thinking a lot about what he will tell to the doctor. Albert spent the next day wondering what to tell the doctor. When the time arrived for his appointment, he worried over it so much that he really was quite nervous. At the time of his appointment, when the time of appointment came, in reality he was nervous. I don't really know how to describe my trouble, Dr. Well, he began. So when he appeared in front of the doctor, he told Dr. Well that I don't know how to describe my trouble. I don't know how can I express my problem in front of you, doctor. Now, doctor gave an unexpected reply. And what was the reply? Don't try. Don't try. Sat the young doctor with a friendly smile. Don't try, dear. Don't try. Don't try to explain your problem. Yuri had already given me the history of the case, as I have received all the information of your problem from Yuri. What did he say? What did he say? Only that you want me to think you have had a nervous breakdown. He informed only that you just wanted me to think that you are suffering from nervous breakdown. That's it. And say that you must not go back to that school. And one thing more he emphasized, and that thing is, The thing is, you must not go back to that school. Yuri's entire focus on this fact. Okay. Oh dear. Now, Albert's face fell. Albert, it gave a shock to Albert. Yuri explained all the things in front of the doctor. Now, doctor will not permit him. Doctor will not give him the wrong report. That's why he was very nervous. All his planning, it was in vain. Now, he was totally breakdown. So, Albert's face fell. He should not have told you that. And he said, Yuri should not inform you all the things. Oh, why not? Isn't it true then? Means, isn't it true? Why not Yuri tell me all the things? Yes, that's the trouble. This is the problem. All these things are not true. And now, this line is spoken by Albert Einstein. So, he is saying that's the trouble. Now you will say there is nothing wrong with me. Now you will just tell me that there is nothing wrong with me, and you will tell me to go back to my school once again and to join that school, which I don't want to join. But I haven't told you anything about it, said Albert. Now, one line is missing. Don't be too sure about that, said the doctor. Doctor is saying, why are you forecasting a thing? You are not a god. Why are you predicting something? Why are you so sure about this thing that I will tell you to go and join your school? Don't be too sure of that. As a matter of fact, I am pretty sure you are in a nervous state about that school. If somebody asks me, I will definitely say that you are going through a nervous disorder, and this nervous disorder is only because of that school which you don't want to join. I haven't told you anything about it, said Albert. No. How do you know all this? I haven't told you about all this. Wide-eyed, he was totally shocked, surprised. He was looking at the doctor like this. Oh, how can you know that? Because you won't have come to see me about this if you had not been pretty close to a nervous breakdown. That's why, dear. So he said, the doctor replied very smartly, you won't have come to him. You won't have come to me if you are not going through this problem. If there is not a feeling of detest in your mind, you will not have come to me. That's why. Now, said the doctor briskly, if I certify that you have had a nervous breakdown and I must stay away from school for a while, what will you do? Now just tell me one thing. Suppose if I am just giving you, I am circulating a report and I am saying that yes, you are going through a mental disorder, some nervous disorder, and you should be off from school for a certain period of time. So what thing would you like to do, my dear, in that particular short period? How would you like to spend your time? He wanted to know. Now, Albert replied, I will go to Italy. Albert replied, to Milan where my parents are. I wanted to go to Italy and I wanted to especially go to Milan where my parents are. And what will you do there? The doctor asked. Okay, it's okay. What will you do over there? I will try to get into an Italian college or institute. And there I will just try to go to an Italian college or an institute. Oh, means without getting a diploma from here, who will permit you to join a school when you don't have a diploma? Like, you can understand, if you don't have 10th pass mark sheet, how can you go somewhere else to other institute and you can join class 11th over there? So similarly the doctor was asking, without diploma, how can you join that particular institute? This is the problem. Now, Albert replied, as Albert we know, this is Albert Einstein, the greatest, one of the greatest scientists, very perfect in maths. We are going to know about his maths capacity. Okay, let's talk about it. So, I will ask my mathematics teacher to give me something about my work. Actually, Albert Einstein, as we know, helped a lot. And perhaps that will be enough. And if my teacher will give me something, that will more than sufficient for taking admission in a school. I have learned all the maths they teach at a school. Now Albert is explaining his genius in the field of mathematics, and he is saying, I have solved all the maths of the school level, and not of the school level but a bit more. He added when Dr. Well looked doubtful. When he added all these things, and why he added all these things? As Dr. Well was very doubtful. Why he was doubtful? Because Albert was not having any diploma, and without diploma, no school can permit anyone to take admission in another class. Okay, well, it's up to you, he said. I doubt it will come off. But I can see you are not doing yourself or anyone else much good by staying here. Okay, now it's only up to you what you want to do and how you will manage the things. And this is also true that by staying over there, you are not doing anything good either with you and also or with some other persons. Means there is no benefit of your staying over there in the same school. How long would you like me to stay? You should. Would you like me to say you should stay away from school? Now he put directly a question: for how much long time you wanted me to write? Would 6 months be all right? And he also asked, would 6 months be enough? Oh, that's very kind of you, sir. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you, Albert added. And it's nothing. I have only just stopped being a student myself. Okay, don't be so passionate. Dr. Well told Albert, as I am also a student just few days before. Few days ago I was also a student, so that's why I can understand your feelings very properly. So I know how you feel. Here you are. Now take this. And he handed over the certificate to Albert Einstein. Dr. Well handed him the certificate and the best of luck, and also gave him the best of luck. Now Albert asked, how much amount for it? Nothing, dear. If you have anything to spare, invite Yuri to a meal. If you have some amount in your pocket, just ask Yuri for a dinner, for a lunch outside. Okay? He is a good friend of mine and yours too, I think. I think he is my good friend. Yuri is my good friend, and I think he is also yours. Albert had no money to spare, but he pretended he had and took Yuri out to supper. So, as it's true that Albert didn't have sufficient amount, but he pretended that he is having a sufficient amount, and he took Yuri for a lunch, for a supper, for a dinner. Supper means last meal of the day. It means you can compare it with dinner. Okay? Isn't it wonderful, he said after showing Yuri the certificate. So he showed that certificate to Yuri and he asked, isn't it wonderful? Yes, it is fine, Yuri agreed. Wow, it's good. 6 months is a good period. It's very good period. This way you won't actually be leaving the school. And so if the worst comes to the worst, you will be able to come back and carry on for your diploma. So nobody can say what will happen in upcoming future. This thing was there in the mind of Yuri, and that's why he is saying doesn't matter. Worst comes after the worst. Okay, worst comes after the worst. Even then it doesn't matter, because 6 months a very long period, and after 6 months you can come to school and you can join your school. If you didn't get success outside. Okay, so this the expectation that is given by you. Okay, right. Next paragraph. I will never go back to that place, Alvord assured him. Alvord was very rigid at his place, and he assured you, not at all, dear. I assure you, I will never go back to that place. I am going to take this certificate to the head teacher tomorrow, and that will be the end of it. And that's it. Tomorrow I will show this certificate in front of the teacher, in front of the head teacher, and all things will be closed by then, he said. Don't forget to get a reference in writing from your mathematics teacher first, Yuri reminded him. As this is the glimpse of a true friend, yours. So he reminded Alvord, don't get a reference letter from your maths teacher, as you have a very good chemistry. You both have a very good chemistry between you. He will definitely favor you. So Mr. Coach, I hope the name of the mathematics teacher, willingly gave Alvord the reference he wanted. The way in which he wanted something, in which he wanted the things to be written, in the same way teacher, Mr. Coach, gave Alvord that thing. Okay? If I say I cannot teach you anymore, and probably you will soon be able to teach me, will that be alright? This is the genius of Albert Einstein. Teacher is just accepting the fact. If I say I cannot teach you anymore, and if I say even you can teach me a lot, will that be okay? Now see the politeness of Alvord. What Alvord replied? Alvord said, that's saying too much, sir. No, sir, it's a lot. It means a lot. I am not of that cadre that you are saying. True, I am good at maths, but it doesn't mean what you are saying. If it's only the truth, but alright, I will put it more seriously. Okay, it's only the truth. Okay, it's only the truth that I am saying, but I will put it more seriously. It was still a glowing reference, and Mr. Coach made the point that Alvord was ready immediately to enter a college or institute for study of higher mathematics. So the way in which Alvord wanted the thing, the same way the teacher has written, and behalf of that Alvord was able to take admission in any higher schools for studying mathematics. I am sorry you are leaving us, although we are wasting your time in my class, he said. He also admitted he is feeling a lot of guilt in himself. He is feeling a lot of sorry in himself. He is very sad. Why he is sad? As Alvord is leaving the school. On the contrary, he is also happy as Alvord was wasting his time in the school, in his class also. Now what Alvord replied? Alvord said, it's almost the only class where I am not wasting my time. Alvord informed him, no sir, it's not so. It's only the class where I am interested. It's only the class where I was not wasting my time. But how did you know I am leaving, sir? Now Alvord also asked him, how do you know, sir, that I am going to leave the school? Now, what the teacher replied? You won't have asked me for this reference otherwise. You are going to leave us. This I know, because you are here to ask me a reference for taking admission in higher school, in higher classes. That's why he said, said, you won't have asked me for this reference otherwise. I thought you would do wonder. There is nothing to wonder about, Einstein. I knew you were going to leave before you knew yourself. Now he said, I knew you were going to leave before you knew yourself. Now Albert was puzzled. What did the teacher mean? What he wanted to say? I knew before I knew myself. He soon found out. He soon got to know about that. Before he had a chance to ask for an interview with the head teacher, he was summoned to the head's room. Now, what is going on in teaching staff, what planning is going on, this we teacher know. If something is there in principal's cabin, we know. So that's why the teacher, the coach, he replied that. And that's why when Albert was summoned from the headrooms means principal's room. When he was summoned to the principal's room, well, it saves me the trouble of having to wait for an hour or two outside, he thought. He was very happy. If he went by himself, he will have to wait there for near about an hour, maybe for 2 hours. But when principal has called, when the head has called, it means there will not be wastage of time. So Albert was very happy on the contrary. He hardly bothered to wonder why he had been sent for. Sent for is a phrasal verb to use and it means called. So he didn't bother himself for thinking why he has been called. But vaguely supposed he was to be punished again for bad work and laziness. But there is a thing, a pre-settled thing in his mind that definitely this time too he is going to have a punishment from the principal for not behaving properly, for misbehaving, for not performing the things properly in the school. Okay? Well, he had finished with his punishment. Now there is no benefit of punishment. He is finished. He knew that after this particular meeting, I will not have to face the principal either. And that's why I am not going to punish you, the head teacher said. When Albert went over there, the head teacher replied, I am not going to punish you, dear. And it surprised Albert a lot. Your work is terrible and I am not prepared to have you in here any longer. You are too bad that I cannot improve you, my dear. I cannot tolerate you over here in the school anymore. This remark is given to him by his head. I want you to leave the school right now. And very annoyance, he instructed Albert Einstein, I want you to leave the school now. Leave the school now? Repeated Albert. That what? Leave the school now? But that is what I wanted. That is what I said. First, that is what I said. Yes, the head was saying this line. Yes, that is what I said. Leave the school right now. You mean, said Albert, that I am to be expelled? It means you are expelling me from here, from the school? Now, the teacher is showing his way, the teacher in which the teacher used to deliver the things. Yes, you can take it that way if you wish, Einstein. Sorry, Einstein, if you are thinking like this, you can assume it like this, that we are expelling you from the school. Yes, we cannot do it. We can't do it anything with it. The head teacher was not mincing words. The head teacher was not trying to speak in an affected manner. Very, feelinglessly he is saying, if you are thinking so, you can go. If you are thinking so, you can assume it like that. The simplest thing will be for you to go of your own accord. And then the question won't arise. If you will go by yourself, then there will not be any question. But said Albert, what crime have I committed? Why are you saying so, sir? What crime have I committed? Now the head replied, your presence in the classroom makes it impossible for the teacher to teach and for the other pupils to learn. Because of you, the students are not able to learn. Because of you, the teacher is not able to teach, and you are saying, what crime have you done? This is the whole problem. You refuse to learn, you are not in constant rebellion. You are in constant rebellion. And no serious work can be done while you are there. So many times there is argument between you and the teachers. So many times you refuse to learn. And often there is a case of misbehave by you in the class. And you are asking what wrong you have done. Allward filled the medical certificate, almost burning a hole in his pocket. With what mentality Allward was there? Allward went to the principal's cabin. This only Allward knew. And that's why it's written over here, burning a hole in his pocket. The certificate that is there in the pocket of Albert Einstein, it wanted to come out by itself from his pocket. Now, I was going to leave anyway, he said. Okay, now if you are forcing me to be expelled, I should be expelled from you, I am going to leave. I am going from here. And then, we are in agreement, at least Einstein, the head said. Now, principal became very happy, the head became very happy. Oh my God, the child didn't protest it. So we are in agreement now. For a moment, Albert was tempted to tell the man what he thought of him. For a moment, there is a planning. An idea came to Albert Einstein's mind that he should explain all the things in front of this particular person, that what he thinks about him. But what happened? Then he stopped himself. Without another word, holding his head high, he stalked out. Now the things have done according to his desire, and that's why very proudly he came out of his principal's cabin. The stalk out means to walk in a proudy way, just like a loin box. Shut the door after you, shouted the head. Now once again, the head was thinking that the child is misbehaving, and that's why very irritatedly he instructed him to shut the door after him. But Albert ignored him. Albert didn't heed to him. He walked straight on out of the school where he had spent 5 miserable years. He came out of the school, and as he had spent near about 5 miserable years over there without turning his head to give it a last look. Means what happens usually whenever we have a farewell, we have some attachment with the school, but there is no feeling at all in Albert's mind, and that's why he didn't even look back to that building where he had spent almost 5 years of his life. He couldn't think of anyone he wanted to say goodbye to, and even he didn't think of anyone with whom he wanted to say a goodbye. Indeed, Yuri was almost the only person in Munich he felt like seeing before he left the town. But there is a very good tuning between he and Yuri, and that's why he thought to go to him before leaving from there. And he left the town. He felt he had come to hate almost as much as the school. Elsa was back in Berlin, and he had no other real friends. Except Elsa, there is no real friends. Elsa was also back to Berlin. So, goodbye and good luck, said Yuri when he left. When Albert was taking the farewell, Yuri gave him a farewell by saying goodbye and best of luck for the upcoming life. You are going to a wonderful country, I think, and I hope you will be happier there. As you are going to the land of your imagination, definitely you will do wonder in your life. So students, this is how we come to know how Albert Einstein expelled from this school. I hope the chapter is clear. Still, if there is any query, you can ask me. Okay, you can also comment in the comment section. Thank you and stay tuned with us. Thank you everyone.